What should I rant about today? Edward Snowden. That's going to be my rant. Because I just read an in-depth article from 3 issues ago, because I'm behind on my magazine reading, of New York Magazine, about little Eddie Boy, who is now sitting in Russia. And it was a very balanced piece. It kind of showed his side of things. But quite frankly, when I got done reading that article, I still believed the same thing that I believed at the beginning of the article, which was he's a traitor. He took, not only did he blast stuff all over the place, but he ran to the Russians. The Russians. He thought it was oppressive here. Holy crap. The Russians. And look, there may have been things that needed to be done or changed or whatever. But, and yes, we need our liberties, and I believe in all of that. But let's get serious here, people. There's a lot of bad people out there, and they hate Americans. They hate Americans. And do you get it? They hate Americans. They hate our way of life. And listening to idiots go, we need to ban all Muslims, that's not going to solve it. It isn't. And quite frankly, based on what I've read about 9/11 and the history that we've had with Pakistan, those are the little fuckers we should be mad at. And not the Pakistani people. I am not talking about the Pakistani people. Because they do the same thing that we do. That's the thing. They do, when we were going in the Cold War with Russia, you know what the Russian people were? They're getting up in the morning, they're feeding their kids, they're sending them to school, and they were going to work. Just like you and me. Well, I was going to high school. But, just like us, and there are more than 1 billion Muslims in this world. If they were all terrorists, we'd all be dead. Just keep that in mind. Let's not be stupid. But you have to pay attention to their leadership in these places. And they're all about trying to stay because they're all one riot away from falling. That's the real strength of America. That truly is. We are not one riot away from falling. Oh, as Charlie Daniels says, we may have done a little bit of fighting amongst ourselves, but you outside folks best leave us alone. That's the truth. We rally together when we need to. And they don't do that in these other countries. They just don't. And so, getting back to Snowden, don't tell me he's some kind of hero when he went running off to Putin, who is evil. Donald Trump and some of these other right-wing nut jobs admire Putin. Look at him. Hero man. We got a wuss for a president. I don't care how virile he is. But he is evil. Evil. That guy doesn't give a rat's ass about you, and the last person you should be admiring is Putin. Just trust me on that. And the other thing is, the Saudis and the Pakistanis are not our friends. Their people are. But their governments? No. No. They would throw us out of the lifeboat if they needed to save their own skins. Of course, we probably would do the same thing to them, but no. So, oh, and speaking of that, I was reading another magazine article this morning on Flipboard. Do you use Flipboard? I use Flipboard. And it says that Donald Trump would like to abolish state dinners because he can get more deals done over a Whopper. Or it might have been a Big Mac. But basically, no more state dinners. And I can hear some of you go, yay, what a waste of money. No! Don't you get it? Where's the pride in our nation? You know, everybody says, well, let's go back. I want to go back to simpler times. Where is the pride in our nation? A state dinner is an opportunity for America to put its best foot forward, to show that we are just as elegant and gracious and wonderful. You know what I want? If we want to go back to something, I want to go back to Jackie Kennedy's White House. You know, where the arts were celebrated. I know you guys think that's all flim-flam and it's whatever, but here's the thing. One of the reasons we're so diverse in this country is we don't take our arts that seriously anymore. We don't. We are taking intelligence and calling them elitists. I didn't know, because I have an IQ of 139, that I'm an elitist. Because I have a brain in my head. And I use it. That makes me an elitist. Sean Hannity, this is how this word is so misused. Sean Hannity, who is a successful fake news person, because he doesn't actually tell you anything that's the truth, was insulted by someone, and he called the person insulting him an elitist as an insult. Threw it around as an insult. Well, here's what I find wrong about this. Sean Hannity is an elitist. That man doesn't travel the streets like you and me. I'm not going to drive someplace and see Sean driving his little BMW somewhere. No. He doesn't have to travel like us. He doesn't have to work like us. Somebody picks out his outfit that he's going to wear on television. Somebody hands him copy that he reads. He's a figurehead. Now, if that isn't an elitist, I don't know what it is. But apparently, hello pot, it's kettle, and they're calling you black. I mean, really? Good God, people. Elitist. If you make that kind of money to sit on television and tell people things that are wrong, one, you need a thicker skin. Hello, tunnel. I love going through the tunnel. And two, you're an elitist. You know, just because you're on the right wing does not mean you're not an elitist. Elitist is not a left-wing thing. It isn't. It isn't. And I'd also like to point out, just something, you know, that 4 former presidents, and 2 of them are Republican, do not think Donald Trump is fit for service as our president. And shouldn't that show something? Especially the 2 that are Republican? Because you could go, oh, well, they're Democrats, and that doesn't matter. But, and 1 sitting president, but he's a Democrat. So I know, and if you hate Hillary, you're going to hate Obama too. So I just thought I'd point that out. So let's have a good day. Let's go out there and make the world a better place. See you later, commuters.